Have you ever thought what Animal Jam would be like in other languages? Probably not, but there is an option to do it. So Animal Jam actually has a few languages available for people to play in, and this kind of works differently from language options in other games. Usually language option in other games would just change the entire game UI to the destined language you choose. Unlike with Animal Jam, it actually separates you to a different server from every other player that is speaking in different languages. And maybe that's because the text chat, this works in a pretty distinct way, I guess, and maybe there's different filters for different languages. That's probably why, actually. But recently I got the idea to actually visit these other servers, the international servers they're dubbed as, of Animal Jam, because I actually haven't been on a lot of them in probably like almost 10 years, I want to say. And there is actually some issues with these recently that we'll kind of get into a little bit later in the video. Whoa, though, we gotta talk about today's video giveaway, which is for the light pink headdress, as always, of course. All you gotta do is like the video, subscribe to the channel with notifications on, and then drop a comment down below, and that's it. You're all entered into the giveaway for the LPHD. Extra entries can be found in the description below, and yeah, enjoy the video. So before we get into it, we'll talk about which servers there are. There's obviously the English-speaking server. This is usually US-based, but obviously people from English-speaking countries predominantly are going to be using this server as well. And then the other languages available for Animal Jam is Spanish, French, German, Portuguese, and I believe Russian as well. Russian is kind of a weird one. We'll get into that a little bit later on as well. But the other ones that I listed are all available for both Animal Jam Mobile and Animal Jam Classic. However, both of these kind of treat language servers in two different ways. I know with Animal Jam Classic, if you visit someone's den that is a different language than yours, you'll be transferred into their language server pretty much. So for example here, I'm in somebody's den right here, and you can see at the bottom here there is the different language flag that you can click on, and it will pretty much tell you, playing Animal Jam in a different language, you want to return to your language. But as you can see by my name, it's no longer Sir Shy Ice, it's now Senor Hielo Tomato, I think it's pronounced, which is Spanish. So that's how it works here. Well, on Play Wild, if you actually try to go someone's den or trade someone that actually isn't in your same language server, you'll pretty much get met with the pop-up that, kind of similar, that, oh, this player is in a different language type of thing. But they pretty much advise you to change your account settings to the same server in order to interact with the player. So you can't interact with players that are on different language servers on Animal Jam Mobile whatsoever. And that's what I guess Classic kind of has a leg up on over here for. But yeah, well, let's just hop into it and start exploring these servers. So I am in Spanish right now, but if I do go to Jamal Township, it's just going to put me back into the English server again. So I do have to actually manually change this in my parent account settings. So if you're wondering how you can do this for yourself, you just go to the parent dashboard of your account, you select the account, and then you can switch it from English, Dutch, which is German at the top, Espanol, which is Spanish, Francais, which is French, and then Portuguese, which is just Portuguese. So we'll just do an alphabetical order here. We'll go to the German server here first, and we'll pop a little reload. And fun fact, this actually does change the login screen as well that you use for the Animal Jam client. And here we are. We're in German Animal Jam, I guess. Now, what you will see is a common trend between these servers. There's like nobody online. Surprisingly enough, this is new to me anyway. You can just go to these other servers just from here, and you can also go to the American server just from here as well. So that's pretty cool, actually. This is surprising to me because I didn't know this was a thing. But you can see here, these are German servers. They're all empty. This is a common trend between all of these servers, actually. The fact that most of them are severely underused and they do not go played on, pretty much. But at the bottom here, we can see Himalaya, which is a Spanish server. There's Colgoa there, the Portuguese, and then Pensacola with the French. I don't know what it's for German servers. Maybe that's because I am in German. But yeah, I'm not going to encounter another player on these servers because it's completely empty. Like, I could go to, Brady's Lab, which is like on the American servers, the most packed spot for trading a lot of the time. Ain't nobody here. Jamal Township, completely desolate. It's empty as hell. That's kind of sad, to be honest, because I remember, visiting these back in the day. I like changing my account settings back in the day and like switching to like the Portuguese servers, and it'd be packed. But now it's just empty. But I guess this kind of saves me from having to actually manually go into my parent dashboard every time now, even though this one is actually also empty. So maybe I do have to go into my parent dashboard. We'll just move on to the Spanish one here. I'm on Spanish right now, as you can see by the name, but I will also change my entire account into Spanish just for this. So here we go here. As you can see on the loading screen, we are in Spanish now, and I believe if we go to the servers, okay, so there's usually like 3 or 4 servers for each language that you can choose from. I guess the other servers that it'll show sometimes, like the German and the French or the Portuguese, or just like if you want to quickly switch to those. And I guess the rest of the servers here are just, yeah, they're all American servers. So they're kind of trying to push people into going to just the American servers, so you can actually find people, because not a lot of people are playing on the other language servers, unfortunately. So same case again. There's at least one other person in the server I'm in right now, or at least a good few people, but I'm not seeing anybody. I'm in Jamal Township and everything, so maybe there's like some secret hiding spot that I don't know on the Spanish server that, you know, it's like the equivalent of the Brady's lab or something like that. But I'm not seeing too much of anything, too much activity going on here. We'll go to the French one as well. Pop a quick little reload as well here. I do believe the last time my username was public, I think I left my account in French. Oh, there's another player. Oh, where did they go? They just ran across my screen. That was so odd. Oh, they're right here. Okay. This is the first time I'm seeing someone. Oh, and they're gone. Oh, I was looking through the chat options. Wait, there's more people in French than there is in the other ones. They have a fake beta hood on trade. Nice. Okay, so there's like 4 servers for French as well, but I guess maybe I'm in the one that's like the full one, or there's the one green dot right there. Okay. Okay, well, I encountered 2 players here on the French servers, I guess. That's kind of good. Maybe they'll give me their beta hood or their fake beta hood. The bad thing about this account is it's just filled with rubbish and just diamond shop items. Maybe they'll take this. I don't know. Come on, man. I just want something as like a memento to like say like, yeah, I remember when I was on that server and I have that item to look back on it, you know? No, they're really thinking on it. And they can't trade right now. Okay. Maybe they just went AFK. I like how Jamal Township is called a village on this one though. That's really cute. But my favorite thing when going to the other languages servers is seeing all the item names being changed. I don't know why that's something I think is funny, but not funny, but I think it's interesting anyway. And the pet option is called familiars. That's also pretty cute. Let's call it boutique. Oh, that's great. Okay, well, there's a few people here in Jamal Township now. Okay, maybe they'll give me their thing now. They're moving around. They're dancing right there. Okay, they're thinking about it. Okay, they refused the trade. Okay, and then they just walked away. Okay, well, does this guy have anything? They have adventure items. We'll try get this. Maybe they'll take the tiara for it. I don't know. Okay, they are taking the tiara. There we go. We completed a trade on the French servers. Let's go, man. We'll say merci. We'll just thank you for those that don't know. DR, I'm assuming that means no problem. I'll give them hearts, and then I'll depart from the French servers for now. Go into the Brazilian or the Portuguese one. I think this is like Brazilian Portuguese. Why are they winking at me? What? Okay, I'm getting out of here now. I'll give them a peace sign though, but I don't know what that was loud about. But I believe this is Brazilian Portuguese. I'm pretty sure. You know, from the Portuguese they speak in Portugal and Portuguese they speak in Brazil. I'm pretty sure it's different. So I do believe, okay, there is 5 servers. Now, out of all of the language servers for Animal Jam, I believe Portuguese was always the most popular out of the few of them. So that's probably why there's like more servers here. There is one green dot though. So maybe if we like sit here and chill here for a while, we might see a player. I'm not too sure. I think we just got really lucky with the French one. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the 2 players that did show up were just friends and they were just playing together. Essentially their own little private server almost, because nobody else was using it. Okay, I'm not seeing anybody come here, so I think it might be time to call it for the Portuguese. Step back to English for here, and we'll log back in into the regular English speaking servers. So I did also mention Russian, which I do have an individual video of me visiting the Russian servers on the game. Russian is a little bit of a different case though. I'll throw footage on screen as I'm talking about this, but that is primarily primarily only available for animaljam mobile players, and from what I know, it is very restrictive in the case where you can't interact with any other players on any other server whatsoever, and you actually have to manually ask animaljam, I'm pretty sure, to change your account to Russian if you really wanted that. Like, as you saw in the preferred language here, Russian is not available whatsoever in any of the case here. So I'm pretty sure you have to be in Russia and make an account on animaljam for it to be in Russian, or you use a VPN, which last time I tried to do that for that video, it took me like legitimately a few hours to try to set it all up. Pretty sure I had to download a Russian version of animaljam on the computer as well through venturing through different URLs. It was like kind of weird. I'm just gonna throw footage up from that video on screen because I don't want to do that again. Okay, but I'm pretty sure it's like restrictive in a way because of the, you know, the characters in the Russian alphabet, you know, Cyrillic characters. Obviously can't use them on an English keyboard, and you can't look them up on animaljam. I don't think the animaljam font even supports that when you try to look it up. So just for example there, and so you don't even get the option of, you know, oh, saying this player is in another language, you know, change your account settings to see them. Like, no, you just can't look them up whatsoever, and it doesn't let you interact with Russian players whatsoever. It's kind of odd, but you know, figured it's worth mentioning anyway. Yep, that's gonna wrap it up here. I thought this would be an interesting one. Hopefully you guys might have learned something new. It is kind of sad to see that not many people are playing animaljam in these other languages anymore, but I digress. It is still interesting that it's still available and they still have these like predestined or pre-designated servers available for those players as well, despite there being no activity. So, you know, a dub on animaljam's end, I guess. I don't know. Also, I figured I'd mention before the video ends briefly, from what I know, the language servers also are affected greatly by the whole something went wrong error when you try to log in. Like, they have this a lot more than, you know, it's been affecting the English servers. I'm not too sure why that is, but I know when I made my video about this something went wrong error a few days ago, or probably a few weeks ago at this point, let me rephrase that. I got a lot of comments from people that, you know, played on Spanish servers or whatnot, say that they constantly have to deal with that no matter what, even though there is barely any players on that server. So figured I would mention that near the end as well. I do hope to see some more activity in these servers, maybe in the future, and also for these issues to be resolved, of course. Y'all have another video out in a few days time, probably. Obviously, there is a new members only video out right now, and thank you all to the members as always. A few more of you have joined the crew recently. I really do appreciate that. Thank you all to the people on screen. I really do appreciate you guys going the extra mile supporting me. And if you are interested in joining the member squad, I felt cringe saying that, but all you gotta do is hit the join button next to the subscribe button or whatever, and you can see more information there. But without further ado, we'll end the video here. As I said, new video out in a few days probably. Just keep your eyes peeled, and yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.